Hello and welcome. I'm going to show you some of good practices related to front-end development, to be more specific to markup and styling, so CSS. I have an example taken from W3 Schools and you can check it out here. So this is the exact example and this is the code. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to add some more specificity. So I'm going to add class. Class, let's say top menu. And it should work the same if I add it just here for all of the elements. For unordered list, I'll copy it here, here, and for all of the elements also here. So pretty much everywhere. The reason why I'm doing this because unordered list just separate without the top menu class is too general. So if you're styling unordered list, you're going to affect all of the elements on the page. For example, this is unordered list also. And if I'm styling all of the unordered list, this will be affected. I don't want to do that. So I want to separate into a module. So let's say top menu. The next thing that I'm going to do here is I'm going to remove this inline styling. In essence, this is a bad practice. We don't want to have inline styling. And this is basically hard coding. So I will actually add another class, let's say right, and I will add for this list element top lay another selector, so basically right, and here I will add float right. So this is a good practice. Okay, like this. Let's run it. Yeah, it works the same. The next thing that's pretty important is not to overuse important tag. So probably if you're working on front end, you encountered something like this. Important. And this is not in essence a bad practice, but it's a hack and it's final state. So if we see something like this, this is a bad practice. We don't want to overuse important tag. This is like the final solution if you don't have any type of other solution. So don't overuse important tag. The next thing that's important to include into your front end best practices is not adding the IDs that are not unique. So we have the top menu. We could say, let's say, top menu element like this, and this is actually not valid to have it declared on multiple list elements. And I've seen this type of adding IDs a couple of times when working with Junior, so this is a bad practice. So don't add IDs multiple times on the same page. Keep your code clean and tidy. In essence, I've seen too many times something like this, like code that's not structured, that is not orderly, that has combined styles of writing code. So it goes for markup and CSS also. So we could have something like this in CSS and like this, or I don't know. So basically unordered things that are not styled and you don't know what goes where. So this is a bad practice. Keep your code clean and tidy. So make it visually understandable. And last but not least, keep your selectors simple. So 2 or max 3 levels. This means avoid something like this. Let's say we have a span element here. Okay, span. Inside this link for news. So overusage of selectors would be the top menu, let's say LE, something like this. LE and A and let's say active and ban. So you don't have to do this. The simpler way is just to add, let's say, active span or top menu span if you have just one type of span elements here, so nowhere else. And this is much faster in essence, this type of selectors. And if you want to know more and you are interested in learning front-end code and best practices, check out my full course on Udemy, front-end career development and best practice. It's free, so check it out and enroll.